All right, we're live. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Meaningful Jackson Show presents Lunchtime TV. It's definitely not lunchtime, but who gives a shills? Today's whole show is just gonna be about this idiot Chad Wheeler. First, I want to start off because anytime I have the opportunity to throw shade at another team's fan base, I do it. Okay, so if you're a Seahawks fan, you remember this year when you didn't do a whole lot as far as advancing close to getting a Super Bowl, but my team did. Unfortunately, we lost to Patrick Mahomes. But also during the regular season, the Buffalo Bills kicked y'all's ass. All right. I want to specify that your fan base is so loud, always talking, running, bumping those gums, doing all that type of shit. But I noticed today that these people are noticeably quiet. Badar, friend of the show, somebody who will probably be on the show sometime this week, hopefully. Badar said we are texting, and he says, "Yo, look up Chad Wheeler from the Seahawks." Como News. Seahawks Chad Wheeler arrested on suspicion of assaulting his girlfriend. I'm confused how it's listed as suspicion when you read the article, Wheeler's girlfriend and her family called 911. So the girlfriend and witnesses got it. She locked herself in the bathroom after she was attacked and choked unconscious by Wheeler. This is according to the court documents. Again, the headline says suspicion. Probably trying to protect him because he's a football player, right? When officers arrived, they heard a woman screaming and they had to force their way inside the apartment. Then they broke down the door that was locked to the bathroom, where they found Wheeler with his girlfriend. She was crying in pain, her face covered in blood, and her arm was hanging limply at her side, court records say. This has apparently happened last Friday. The officers got Wheeler's girlfriend away from him and managed to finally detain Wheeler after he resisted arrest. Now, I am never advocating for someone to be killed. Obviously. We're not advocating for a nigga to get killed. But why are certain people allowed to resist arrest and nothing fucking happens to them? Nothing happens to them. The man, and this is why I can never be a cop, because they would end up firing me for violating the badge, and then this specific situation for this reason. If I know I'm responding to a call where a man is beating a woman, that is my opportunity to use my badge to inflict pain upon people. You're protecting and serving. You kick the shit out of the bad guys, my nigga. Y'all spend all this time kicking the shit out of sometimes it's not the bad guys. How does a guy like this walk away? No scratch, no nothing. Again, I'm not advocating for more violence to kick off. But if you're already going to not play by the rules, why not use these opportunities to kind of do some of that type of bullshit y'all be on? You only be saving it for... He was heard crying out, "Sorry," and "I don't beat women." That's in quotes, the case file says. The girlfriend was rushed to the hospital where she told investigators that the incident began suddenly when Wheeler told her to stand up and bow to him, court documents say. What fucking century are we in? Niggas are really on some shit. Hold on. Let me get to his stats though, and not his football stats, because I've never heard of him up to this point. He can't be a good player. Wheeler stands at 6'7", 310 pounds as an offensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks. His girlfriend is 5'9", 144 pounds, 145. Her weight does not matter. She could be 6'7", 310 pounds, and he still doesn't need to do her bad for not bowing to him. First of all, nigga, you don't even start on the team. How she look bowing to a nigga that's not even getting no PT? Come on. You lost your mind on your girlfriend because she wouldn't bow to you? I'm so confused. You're supposed to be a man, right? Nothing about this to me, about you, screams man. All of this screams bitch made. On this show, many a time I have talked about the fact that I despise men who opt to put their hands on their significant others. I think that is the corniest of things that a man can do. I've also told the story of how I have come to this realization, and I will explain it again so you understand that I, as a very young man, went through a phase where when me and my sister used to roughhouse, things would get carried away. And then when I would lose my mind, my temper, we would always kind of almost cross those lines. And then it never really happened because my mom was always there. And then one day when it happened and we were messing with each other, things got mad crazy because we are crazy people. A game of messing with the TV while she's not looking turns into her chasing me with a knife, turns into me having my hands around her throat. We are tiny little kids. Still probably like in the single digit age at that point. My mom kicked my ass, and I deserve that. All right? This is how I came to this realization. My mom explained to me that under no circumstances are you to put your hands on a woman, regardless of how mad you get. Now, I can understand if there's a weapon involved, you're trying to protect yourself from gunfire, a stab wound, or something crazy like that, maybe being struck with something really heavy, something that can do you severe damage. Shit happens, I get it. You got to protect yourself. But here in this situation, you mean to tell me that you asked your girl to bow to you, she didn't do so, so then you just proceeded to beat her? You decided to beat her. It's supposed to be your significant other, your girlfriend, somebody that you care about, you value. You probably have told her this, that you love her. You yelled to her, sorry. And another quote, I don't beat women. But what did you just do? You just did that. So the lesson my mom taught me is that under no circumstances are you to do anything like that. And this is even in the days when I wasn't even a big human. So again, size did not matter. My sister is a fierce person. I've also told a story about her on this show, about her busting up her baby daddy so bad, in fact, that my man had his eye dangling out a little bit, because we are like that. We are like that. So even when I was young, although I thought I was probably just protecting myself, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter if my sister could have actually played a real life role on some set it off type of shit. It doesn't matter if she can get down like that. Under no circumstances should I ever treat her like that. I'll protect her. And then the same thing goes for my mother, for all the women in my family, for my homegirls, for my chick, anybody who is around me that is a female. It does not matter what they say or what they do. Under no circumstances would I ever put my hands on them. I also am not such a bitch ass dude that I would ever look at them in this day and age and be like, hey, bow to me. Why? Why was your girl needing to bow to you? And I'm glad that she didn't. I'm glad that she's not a bitch like you and doing some shit that she don't need to be doing. Getting treated by like another human, or by another human like that is crazy. You're supposed to be her dude, her protector, potentially her provider, but you're basically treating her like you're her master. Again, when I saw the article, I said, what fucking century do we live in where people think this is acceptable? Especially men. What gives you the idea in your brain that treating people like this is appropriate? And honestly, of course, yes, he is a white man. So again, When she refused to do so, Wheeler threw her on the bed and began choking her with one hand and trying to smother her with his other hand. Again, according to the case file. Wheeler stands 6'7", 310 pounds, and is an offensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks. I like that. The Seattle Seahawks. And that was a mess up on my part. You know, my stupid ass just was stuttering, but I like it. You're now the Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks. His girlfriend stands 5'9", 145. She began to lose consciousness and tried to fight back, but Wheeler grabbed her arm and twisted it. Was he trying to give her, what is that joke from when we were little kids? It's on one of my favorite shows. What does Buddy say? I feel like it's probably highly offensive now that I'm really thinking about, like, when I hear it. But what is when you twist their arm, like, and give them that little burn, or what they called it something? Y'all put it in the comments. When she regained consciousness, the girlfriend saw Wheeler by the bed and he said, "Wow, you're alive." Then she jumped up and ran into the bathroom where she called her family and dialed 911. Wheeler was able to pick the lock to the bathroom and entered, then began apologizing profusely. Shortly afterward, officers arrived at the scene and arrested him. This is crazy. I wonder what the Seahawks are going to do. Is he just another guy that just made a mistake? Are we going to play that card? Because I feel like when other people, and I'm not just talking about people of color, when I think of athletes who do this type of thing, what ends up being the difference between this fucking clown and Ray Rice? Is it just that we saw Ray Rice on video? Is that what it's going to be? What makes this situation different from Josh Brown, the former kicker for the New York Giants? What makes these things different? How does the NFL pick and choose when they're going to suspend somebody, kick them out of the league for a lifetime? What's going to happen? I'm really interested to see what they do about this, what Pete does about this. You know, the one thing I haven't done? I haven't even reached out to any of my people within this organization to see what the pulse is like. Because I just want to see if these people will actually do the right thing. And the right thing is to, if the tone has not been set, is to set the tone and remain consistent. That is the right thing. It's not to do him bad just to do him bad because he did her bad. You burn him because he deserved it. But you set the tone because you let these niggas know that we're not going to tolerate all this buffoonery, all right? Y'all can't walk around saying that you are men, grown men, built for battle, and da-da-da-da-da, and all these fucking things, and yet you can't keep yourself in control. You know what's crazy? You got to go up to that line. You have to be able to remain patient, also remain focused, not commit penalties. That takes some self-discipline, right? So why is it that you can't keep your hands off your girlfriend? Why is it that for some strange reason you decided that it was important that you choke and smother your girlfriend because she did not meet a request? Niggas are mad crazy, bro. This shit is so crazy. I'm watching ESPN just in case something pop up on the bottom line about this shit. Why are they not reporting on this? When the Ray Rice thing happened, the second that people got wind of it, it was the only thing happening on the freaking TV screen. Is it because this guy's a nobody? Chad Wheeler, what are your stats, bro? Let me look it up. Let me look up Chad Wheeler's stats. Chad Wheeler stats. Does this nigga even play? Let's see. He's 32 years old. No, he's not. Hold on. How old is he? No, that's his career games. Never mind. I'm just looking at the wrong thing. He's an old nigga. Oh, he's only been in the league. He's played 32 games. Okay. He literally has no stats. Hard to accumulate stats when you're an offensive lineman, but damn, no pancakes, no nothing, no highlights, no nothing. This guy's just a bitch. And you're probably thinking, oh, he's 6'7". You probably wouldn't say that to his face. Boy, stop. Stop it. Stop it. That's the thing about people like this. A person like me calls them out their name, disrespecting. I could be all in his face, spitting on him, saying how his mama ain't shit, his grandma ain't shit, his daddy, all this type of stuff. I say, yo, your mom should have swallowed, your dad should have did this, that. I could have said all the craziest things about him to his face. He probably won't even move a muscle. But his girlfriend doesn't bow to him, and all of a sudden he turns into freaking Bruce Banner. He goes into Hulk mode. Can you imagine the type of sucker you gotta be to wild out like that and get mad at your girl, but never want to do that and react like that to when another nigga in your face cursing you out your name, disrespecting you? There's so many guys like that walking around. It's so pathetic. And they walk around really believing that they're the man. They got it figured out, that they're dope, that they can do all these things. Like, bro, you beat your girl. You're a bitch. It's unreal. Unreal. Best thing my mom ever did to me was kick my ass that day. And usually after my mom whooped my ass, it came with a very stern talking to, some very valuable information, and pancakes. What are the chances? This guy's an offensive lineman. That's what they do. They get pancake blocks. It's just so perfect. And I was watching Jeff Saturday, who's an amazing offensive lineman. He has a segment on Get Up called Pancake Blocks or some shit like that. It's all fitting together. It's tough, man, because we live in a world where guys like this, people protect them. They find ways to cover up this type of behavior. They find ways to reclassify it, and they find ways to do everything other than hold them accountable for their actions. If he looked different and his status was different within the league, I wonder what this would be like right now. It would be breaking news across the bottom of the screen. Y'all can't see what I'm pointing at because I'm pointing at my TV over there in the corner. But it would be scrolling across, breaking news, Chad Wheeler arrested on domestic violence charges. And we'd all be on there tweeting, oh my God, buddy's career is over. I literally was tweeting like, who the fuck is Chad Wheeler? You think Russ at home crying right now? Oh my God. No blocking from our backside. You think Russ is going to come out and advocate for him? What if Russ is like, yo, guys, Chad's a good dude. That'll be career suicide, Russ. Don't do it to yourself. Because listen, if Russell Wilson come out on some bullshit talking about Chad Wheeler's a good guy, listen, Russ, they can have you, Russ. We not on that, bro. We are not on that. Listen, I hope Shorty doing all right. He broke Shorty's arm, put her on, like, bro, think about this. Think about what women go through with these shitty ass men, bro. And it leaves them so damaged. There's many things that can leave people damaged because that's what people do to other people. They damage them. I'm no angel. I'm sure I've damaged people many a time. But you think damage like this? Oh my God. I could only imagine if I was her next dude. Could you imagine just even going in for simple things like hugs are going to make her think about life differently? Because who can she trust? Who can she trust? The nigga that's supposed to be holding her down just broke her arm. Who the fuck can you trust if the people closest to you are the ones doing you bad? Who do people turn to in those moments? I was talking about this on the show a couple days ago when I was clowning J-Lo for her terrible performance at the inauguration, but I talked about the fact that in a movie, she portrayed this strong woman who becomes the hero in Enough because she had enough. But it's the movies, my nigga. It's the movies. Most of these women never get a chance to freaking become that warrior that they want to be and then be able to, bop, 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 put buddy to sleep. They don't get to do that. Can you imagine if you're 5'9" and your significant other is 6'7", 310 pounds? That's a big dude. I'm a big person. 6'7" is a massive person who can still get knocked out. Chad, you idiot. And you need to hear that because that's what you deserve, fam. You need to be knocked out and then you need to wake up in Rikers. I bet if you go to a place like that, you'll probably never beat on a woman again. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, but that might make him worse. Yeah, but that might teach him a lesson because he's probably someone who, because he played football his whole life, has been coddled and he thinks he just deserves things. And I'm just this guy, I play football. Football. Some of these young men, from the time that they're young kids all the way up into late adulthood, they are never actually taught real lessons because they live in a bubble where people protect them. So doing things like this, he did that to her. That's not his first time doing that. So don't be surprised if more women come out saying, hey, I'm Chad Wheeler's ex, and he did the same thing to me. It's madness. Ladies, protect yourselves. Please do everything you can. And look at the signs. And listen, if you need to, ask your male friends to evaluate your boyfriends. Your male friends will be able to tell you if a man is garbage or not. It's not that hard. And actually listen to the advice that you're given. I understand you as a woman, you hold all the power, but sometimes you don't see what's in your blind spot. And that's why it helps to have a navigator and not the Lincoln. Those look fancy though, man. Heated seats. It's cold as shit outside. That's why I got 2 hoodies on. But in all seriousness, do everything you can to protect yourselves. If you are in a terrible relationship, please also do everything you can if it's within you to get out of that. You deserve better. Do not allow these sorry ass men to treat you like you're a doormat. They can't step on you and treat you bad. And they can't lead you to believe that you were the light of their lives and that they're going to take care of you forever and that they're going to, hold themselves accountable and remain true to all these vows and y'all get married and then they abuse you and treat you bad. You don't have to stay there through that. And I know what you're thinking. Some of you are in positions where it's hard as hell to leave. But also remember that there are other women who have thought the same thing. And there are people who will band together and they will help you. Sometimes, starting back from zero, although tough, sometimes it's necessary. Please do not stay in an abusive situation because maybe it's going to help you financially or whatever the reason may be. Do not take that. Life is too short to be getting your freaking teeth knocked out every Tuesday and Thursday, all because a nigga's just in a bad mood. Because there are men that are actually out there that will treat you like gold, man. I'm telling you, it's real. Because when dudes actually see the chick that they really want to be with, if it's a good man and he really wants to be a good man, he's going to go all out for her. And he's going to make sure that little shit like this don't ever happen. I feel like all my homegirls know I'm not letting anybody mess with them, but my girl especially knows, and we ain't on that type of bullshit. Even if there's a problem, because I know I'll raise my voice, but I'm the type that I'm a smart nigga. If I want to talk loudly because I'm feeling like the lion in me as a Leo needs to come out, you're supposed to take steps back and make it clear that your frustration is not necessarily with them, that it's probably just with the situation. Everybody's entitled to that because blowing off steam is natural. But if you take that shit overboard to where you feel slighted in some way, and then your first initial reaction is just to start breaking her body parts, my nigga, please make yourself a dead person if you think that's appropriate. Please. Do us all a favor, go to the highest of high buildings and just try to walk on the air and let me know how that works out for you. I know at the beginning of the show, I was not advocating for death, but I mean, come on, man. Listen, I've been there in the moments when my parents were physically fighting each other, watching my dad grab my mom and all that type of stuff. That's bitch shit, man. I'm telling you. And you know, when I knew my father didn't have heart, I remember 16 years old in the living room, me standing right by the front door, him standing close to his bedroom door. You know what's behind the door? A golf club. A 16-year-old was able to intimidate a grown man enough to where that grown man ran for that golf club and attempted to hit the 16-year-old with the golf club. You know what? I seen Friday one too many times. You know what I said to him? What you gonna do with that besides make me mad? I got lucky because he probably could have taken my whole head off my shoulders. But you know what? Think about that. You a grown-ass man get intimidated by a 16-year-old. And even at the young age of 3, 4 years old, I seen you getting intimidated by a female, bruh. Because you're weak. This Chad guy is exactly like the guy that I'm just speaking of. Niggas are weak when they do that. If you got to do that to your girl because she got you feeling pressed, you're weak. How do you have enough discipline to be able to like make it through a hard count or make it through 3, hut, and then snap the ball? How can you do that? But like your girl does something you don't like and your first instinct is to freaking go ape on them. Why? Why is that the move for y'all niggas? Come on, man. Y'all are hella weak. Sorry, I've spent enough time ranting, man. This is the show for today. I just wanted to make it clear that I noticed a couple of things. I noticed that the NFL and all these media outlets aren't doing a damn thing to shine light on this dude. And I don't know what their reason is, but they need to be blowing that up the same way that they blew up Ray Rice. And we got to get this guy out of here. He want to beat on his girlfriend and do all this crazy shit. Get him up out of here. The second thing I noticed is that all you Seahawks fans were mad quiet. Because I remember when AB was throwing little dick-shaped gummy bears at his girlfriend's head on tape, which I didn't actually think that was real. And then Badar told me today there was a video, and I went and watched it. But y'all were out there screaming that he's an abuser. You saw how he was yelling at his kid or yelling at his baby mama in front of his kid. You said, hey, those are all the signs of an abuser. Here is a clear-cut example of a person actually harming a woman, and there is very, 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 very high amounts of proof. A lot of proof. So much proof, in fact, that it cannot be denied. And everybody is so quiet. Why? That's all I need to know. I'll be back tomorrow.